Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. The two things I value most are logic and honesty, and they are often at odds with each other. The understanding can intuit nothing. The senses can think nothing. Only through their union can knowledge arise. Two things fill the mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe, the more often and the more intensely the mind of thought is drawn to them: the starry heavens above me and the moral law within me. Human reason has this peculiar fate that in one species of its knowledge it is burdened by questions which, as prescribed by the very nature of reason itself, it is not able to ignore, but which, as transcending all its power, it is also not able to answer. All the interest of my reason, speculative as well as practical, combined in the three following questions: what can I know? What have I to do? What may I hope? Always recognize that human individuals are ends, and do not use them as means to your end. The happy life is not the same as the moral life, but the moral life is necessary for the happy life. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. The only way to live a good life is to act according to the moral law. The meaning of life is to give life a meaning. We should not live merely to satisfy our own personal desires, but to contribute to the greater good of humanity. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. A good will is good not because of what it performs or effects, not by its aptness for the attainment of some proposed end, but simply by virtue of the volition. God's will is the final end of all things. Life is not easy, but it is worth the effort. The aim of life is to live, and to live means to be aware, joyously, drunkenly, serenely, divinely aware. Life is a journey, and we are all travelers on the road. Life is full of challenges, but it is how we respond to those challenges that defines us. Lack of sex for a long period of time eventually turns a person into a neurotic. We should never forget that life is finite and that every moment is precious.